Welcome to the BMI Webmail presentation. During this presentation, I'm going to walk you through some of the common settings and features of the new BMI Webmail system. First, we're going to go to the login screen and get logged in. After logging in, we'll see there's a series of buttons along the top. This takes us to the email screen, which is here, our address book, settings, and logout. The next set of buttons has to do with composing messages. Check for new email, create a new message, reply to all, forward, discard the message, mark the message, and then some other special functions including printing, downloading, and looking at the source of the email. We're going to get started by looking at our inbox, which is this area right here. The inbox contains email messages that arrive to your mailbox. When you click on the message, it shows up here in the preview pane. This is the fastest way to operate the webmail system. You can optionally turn off the preview pane with this checkbox right here. And turn it back on by clicking on it here. On the left side over here we have folders. We have our standard inbox, drafts, sent items, spam, and trash. At the bottom of the folder list here we have actions to manage our folders. Additionally, we show the amount of disk space we're using from our quota. So we're going to get in and first compose a new message. We do that by clicking right here, Create Message. And we're going to create a message to my friend Mike. And we're going to say, testing. Hi Mike, just a test. Now we can click down here and send the message. And the message has been sent. Sent messages end up in the Sent Items folder. Next thing we're going to look at is the address book. The address book allows us to import contacts from existing lists in vCard format, or we can add addresses one at a time. So we'll say Tom, Tommy. Go ahead and add one. And I'll go ahead and add my friend Mike again. Now we have two addresses here in our address book. We can compose an email to our address book by clicking right here. By clicking on the Compose Mail, we send mail to the person we've addressed it to. Additionally, we could choose multiple people to send email to by clicking on them and holding the control button down and choosing multiple addresses. We also can export our contact list into vCard format if we want to use it with a different system. So what we're going to do is go back to the email system here and then go look at some of the settings that we have available inside this email system. We click on Settings and we have a series of tabs: Preferences, Folders, Identities, Account Admin, Server Info. We'll start with the Preferences tab, and each tab has sections. So in the Preferences tab we have the user interface. Usually we don't do much here. We could change the time zone if we wanted. Second one's the mailbox view. This sets by default if we want the preview pane or not. It also has behavior on what we do with previewed messages. We want to set them as read, etc. Next we have settings for the composing message window. Usually this does not need to be changed. By default you're composing HTML, which is the way to compose a pretty message with colors and fonts and other special features. Most email clients today will read and display HTML. Next option is display messages. Displaying messages is normally in HTML. Usually we don't do much here. Displaying remote inline images, never. What this means is for security you have to click on an email to download the images and see them. Special folders, these are the system generated folders. These usually never need to be changed. finally, the server settings button has some behavior on if you read a message, does it get deleted, etc. And usually these settings can be left the way they are. The next section we have are folders. There's a very nice system here to manage folders. In addition to the system folders, we can create our own. So we're going to go ahead and create a folder called Test Folder. And we'll see it shows up here. We'll go ahead and create another one, Test Folder 2. And it shows up here. And then we'll go back to the main mailbox view, and you'll see these test folders show up here. One of the nice features we have with our new webmail system is we can drag and drop. So we could take this message right here and drag it over, right over here to the test folder. And take it and drag it into the test 2 folder. Or put it right back. Getting back to the settings, we have identities. Identities are the email addresses that are set up on your account. Usually there's no change here. If you run a business or you have multiple email addresses available, you can set up multiple identities here. The account admin, this is to change your password, to enable spam score protection, to enable an autoresponder, which could be useful if you're going on vacation and you want to send out an email when you're gone. You can also forward email to specific addresses, and additionally you could set up block rules. So if you had somebody you didn't like, baddie@spamhole.com. So this means anything from baddie@spamhole.com would be automatically deleted. By default, the maximum message size is 10 megabytes. The last setting we have is server info. This is useful if you're setting up an email client like Outlook Express, Thunderbird, Outlook, or any of the other more common email clients. We'll go back to the main email window, and in a nutshell, this is the new BMI Webmail System. Thank you for your time, and we sure hope you enjoy this.